The .32 ACP was popular for most of the 20th century in such famous firearms as the Colt 1903 Pocket Hammerless, the French Ruby, the FN Model 1910, the Mauser HSC, developed in 1899 by the genius firearms designer John Moses Browning. The 7.65 Browning was a character alongside James Bond in the Ian Fleming series in his Walther PPK. I read the books. Did you? Today we have 3 of my personal .32 ACP pistols spanning an 85-year range. Different philosophies, different actions. The Beretta 1935, the Beretta 81, and the Kel-Tec P32, this time on gun physics. The .32 ACP 7.65 Browning is a small diameter round and a small cartridge. Doesn't push that bullet very fast, and here in comparison is a hollow point modern 9mm. Both are centerfire cartridges with known reliability. We'll start with the oldest, the Beretta Model 1935, produced in northern Italy in 1944. Now, at this time in northern Italy, it was controlled by the Germans, the end of World War II, and that little 4UT mark that you see right there, that tiny little thing, not your run-of-the-mill 1935. Well, there's a safety. You ever see a safety like that? I hadn't. The Beretta 81, part of the Beretta 80 series, the Cheetah models, were introduced in 1976, 40 years after the 1935. Modern thumb safety and double action, single action. Almost 25 years later, designed in 1999, we have the Kel-Tec P32. This thing is tiny. Long trigger pull, double action only. The 1935 has a heel release for that magazine, common in Europe, common in the olden times. 8-round magazine. The 81, modern magazine release, 12-round double stack magazine. Everything feels normal. And the Kel-Tec P32 again with a modern magazine release and a 7-round single stack magazine. The oldest versus the newest. 8 rounds on the left, 7 rounds on the right. Now the triggers, back for safe, forward for fire. See the creep? There's the reset. Creep. That is a 10-pound trigger. It's pretty accurate, as we'll see later, but it's a 10-pound trigger. It's crazy. Maybe some reduced power springs. Now, the Beretta 81. First, if you're carrying this thing in condition 1, safety on, this is what you'll see first. A little bit of take up. Here's a reset. It's a nice trigger. 4 pounds. Double action's pretty long at 8 pounds. But smooth, pretty nice. It's a transition from that 8-pound double action to its single action of 4 pounds. Not bad. Safety works no matter where that hammer is. Double action or single action. Solid, positive positioning, and ambidextrous. The Kel-Tec is double action only, but that hammer is partially reset by the action of the slide. See it? After that hammer falls, trigger's dead until the slide resets it. It's a long 2-click reset. 7 pounds. You like revolvers? You like this one. Steel frame, heavy and soft shooting for that 1935. Now the 81. Both Berettas sport their former trademark open-top slide. Similar weight, similar recoil characteristics. Now the P32 is tiny and light and kind of awkward and much more recoily. But it's the P32 and not the P3AT, so it's fine. Let's check the weight. 668 grams, 1.4, so that's a pound and a half, and 23.6 ounces. 23.3 ounces. Wait, 23.6. They're like the same. Those two have the same weight. Remember that 23 and a half ounces? That's 8.3, 236 grams, and half a pound. Now that is light. Now here's one fully loaded with a round in the chamber at 10 and a half ounces. Okay, let's add a Kydex holster and clip. 12 and a half. That's about half of either of the other ones. Unloaded, no holster. 7 yards, oldest to newest on my favorite holiday and celebration plate targets. Not bad for a 10-pound trigger and a 75-year-old gun. These are all single-action shots. Honestly, pretty bad for a better trigger. I am really not that good without practice at double-action triggers. I had a cataract in my dominant right eye, and so sometimes the glasses I'm wearing are not conducive to shooting. So I tried the 81 again without those glasses. Much better. And while we're all about grace and forgiveness and second chances, here's the Kel-Tec P32. This one's better, still not great. Did a lot better my first time out. This is a 4-inch spread from a 7-inch plate with 3 full magazines on a Kel-Tec P32. Takedown. Take out that magazine, make sure that the safety lever is in the safe position. That's how it works? Really? Yeah, that barrel just pops out from the front. Slides through that big open slide. And then slide pops off. There it is. That's it. That is a really simple firearms design. That's it for the 1935. Pretty simple. The 80 series and 90 series by Beretta is a very similar takedown. You can start out by locking back the slide, but you don't need to. Then you push in a button from one side to release the takedown lever. Push in that button. There it is, see the button? And then release the takedown lever, and then slide the takedown lever down, rotate the takedown lever down, and then slide comes right off with the barrel and the recoil spring. Just like the 92. On the Kel-Tec, there are no external safeties, no levers, nothing like that. This thing's got to be tiny. So grab that little pin with a sharp edge, pull it out, slide it right off. Twin springs on that guide rod, and the barrel pops right out. Here's the reassembly. From back to front, beaver tails, hammers, and firing pins. Look at the size difference between those three. Double stack or single stack, heel release, trigger guards, and dust covers. the classic Beretta open-top slide, or not, and the muzzles. The 1935, the 81, and the P32. Here's a comparison. Got a capacity of 8, 12, or 7. A weight, 650 or 225 grams. The 35 is single action only. The 81 double action transitions to single action. And the P32, double action. The frame of the 35 is steel. The frame of the 81 is aluminum. And the P32, polymer. Well, I really like the 35 because it's a World War classic. The 81, it's beautiful. Double action, single action, high capacity, modern pistol. And the Kel-Tec P32, it's the tiniest little lightest concealment pistol you're going to find. All of them fire that 7.65 Browning, the 32 ACP. It's not a 9mm, but it's a pistol. Hey, thanks for watching Gun Physics. Your thumbs up really helps a lot in the ratings, so thanks for that too. And I've got new videos coming out most Tuesdays. Subscribe for more.